Why introduce into a perfectly wonderful futuristic thought present tense? Why introduce the reality? A lot of people want more money, but introduce the reality of not enough money to the equation. Why do that if you understand that what we're talking about is breaking out of the atmosphere, breaking out into the clear space? What we're talking about is the feeling of clarity, the feeling of alignment, the feeling of knowing, the feeling of well-being, the feeling of love, the feeling of ease, the feeling of passion. Whether it's passion or ease in the clear space with no resistance is delicious. Just depends upon how much momentum you've got going on the subject at hand, yes? So you're sort of getting what we're talking about. Esther's epiphany. She said to her daughter and a friend and then another friend, "I've finally figured it out. All I have to do," they laughed just like that. They did. All I have to do is decide what I want and talk myself into it. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. That's everything, you know. Also, it occurred to her that as she is thinking about a future experience, meaning a not yet manifested experience, that those thoughts flow freely. Something about that future experience is free-flowing and therefore delicious to contemplate. But then when she found herself trying to bring it into the now before it was ready to reveal itself to her, so she was trying to figure out what to do, when to do it, and who to do it with, and how to go about it, she realized she was introducing resistance into her future idea. Now, in and of itself, that may not seem so interesting, but we want to explain to you why that is such an important thing for Esther or for you to understand. Everything is a vibrational reality first. And if you are taking pleasure in your vibrational realities, if that which is your future experience in terms of manifestation, but your current experience in terms of the thoughts that you're thinking, if it is pleasing to you, if it feels good to you, if you find yourself driving and wanting to think about it, if you find yourself lying in bed and wanting to think about it, if you find yourself just waking up and wanting to think about it, in that pure thought, there is so much power and so much orchestration is taking place. So Esther asked herself, why would I introduce into this moment, this clear moment where I've accessed the energy that creates worlds and I've focused it through my vessel and it's flowing outward for the creation of wonderful things that I desire? Why would I mess it up right now by getting ahead of myself? Why would I ask questions of myself to which I don't know the answers, and in doing so introduce resistance to the equation? But you see, the reason that we're telling you this experience is for a different reason than you might be thinking. Because Esther's epiphany was not about the creation of that. It wasn't about the realization of that. It wasn't about the manifestation of that. It wasn't about the actualization of that. It wasn't about the demonstration of that. It was about the fact that thinking that thought in that way felt good right now, and introducing that thought to it right now made it not feel good anymore. Can you hear what we're getting at? It wasn't about what it was going to later on create. That's a given. What it's going to later on create is for sure, for sure, for sure. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have if you want it and you talk yourself into it. We just want you to understand that you are the creator of your reality, but you are a thinker of it into being, not a doer of it into being. There'll be plenty of action that you'll be inspired to, but that's not the way you create. You create through the conscious flowing of thought.